Hey, welcome to How to Build Your Own Home. I want to talk about shopping for pricing and getting kind of the best bang for your buck. These are some things that a lot of people don't know. If you hire a general contractor, they're going to get all their material typically from one source. They're not going to shop around. And here's kind of the pros and cons of that. It's easy for them. That's the pros. Here's the cons. You're not knowing where there's a possible big savings. Let me explain. This here I shopped at. This is a slot washer. It's used for the top of your J-bolt to hold down your plate, and you put your J-bolt right over the top, and you bolt it down, and it holds down your main plate. Well, at a box store, this is $2.59 a piece. At a local lumber yard, it was $1.15. Okay, that can start to add up, but it gets to be really nasty with stuff like this. This here is a saddle. It's used to hold some timber in. I needed 15 of these, all right? I priced these out at the local box store. I also priced them out at the local lumber yard, and I got $159 and then $169 respectively. Now, this is manufactured typically by a company we will not mention. I've done some other posts on this, and I said to myself, well, that's about $2,300, close to that for all 15 of these. So I know metal guys in town. I bought one, and I had them duplicate it, obviously with better welding and even a thicker metal, and I got them for half the price. That's about a $1,500 savings right there. I employ local people. I've mentioned this on some previous posts. I'm getting something the way I want it manufactured, and it's beefed up more so than the company that I will not mention. Now, here's the real problem with all that. This is not stamped by an engineer, nor is it approved by an engineer, but it's better built than what I would buy by a company or even a box store that resells products that are stamped and approved by an engineer. And the engineering group out there really is controlling costs. So when you buy something that it's a saddle or it's a hanger or something like that, you're paying for engineering costs. The actual manufacturing cost is really nominal. And so I kind of bypass that. I take something that's been engineered, I duplicate it, I make it better, and then I save some money for my clients and for myself. I have not had any issues with that. Now, if an inspector comes by and says, hey, that's not that approved saddle, but they'll see that it's a beefed up saddle better than what you were to buy with a regular box store. So that there's about a $1,500 savings by having them locally manufactured. I found that hardware I can get a better price for with local lumber yards than if I go to box stores, believe it or not. Because when you go to a box store and you get your lumber package, you don't think twice about the hardware, and they have that marked up considerably, sometimes 200-300%. And when you start investigating this stuff, you start to learn, hey, get all your items you need, list it out, and go over there here and say, can you guys give me a price on all this? And then go over here and can you give me a price on this? And maybe over here, can you get a price on that? And you don't get the lowest bottom line. You shop around and you say, okay, I'm going to get all my lumber at a box store because that's going to be cheaper. A 2x6 material for this job was about $6 more at a local lumber yard than a box store. So the box store is going to pull you in with the big things like lumber, but they're going to mark this stuff up considerably. That's what I found in my experience. Look around, investigate. These are just some quick tips on how I save money. And believe it or not, when you save here and here and here, it all adds up. And that's what I'm getting at, is start adding up those cost savings, and you'd be amazed you can shave a couple thousand off the build of your home. This is How to Build Your Own Home with some cost-saving tips.